Can I show you 15 genius Canva hacks in under 10 minutes and teach you something new about Canva that you didn't know? Well, that's the challenge that I've set myself today. So let's set that countdown timer. I've got 10 minutes to teach you something new that you didn't know. Go! So let's start off with a fun quick hack that I created one day when I'd found a font like this that I liked, but it was not bold enough for me to use in my design. Well, what I did was I clicked on the text, selected effects and clicked the outline tool and then made it the same color as the text, and then I reduced the thickness of it. The effect, as you can see, is that it now makes it look like a bolder version of the font, which is actually really helpful because now I no longer have to worry about whether a font is bold enough or not. So this next hack is one that I use when I'm browsing through all of Canva's images. Canva has a lot of images, which while it's an amazing feature, as I'm sure you know, it also makes it very time consuming to have to browse through them all to find the ones that you want. And so learning hacks and tricks for using Canva's image search bar to be able to sort through the images quicker is very helpful. So one trick that I do is when I find one picture that fits the style I want, I'll open up the More Information tab and then check all of the other keywords associated with that picture. And then I'll use those keywords to do another search for images, and by doing this I get a lot of results that are very close to what I want. And another hack when it comes to Canva's images is that some of them are scalable vector graphics, whereas others are traditional graphics and images, and there's a very easy way to tell the difference. See, if I click on this image, you'll see that I can change the colors of the image. That means it's a scalable vector. Whereas if I click on this image here, I can't change the colors. So it's a traditional graphic. Traditional graphics like this photo of my dog I took are made by filling in lots of little dots with colors. So if you blow them up too big, you just stretch the dots and the picture looks pixelated. But vectors are made with mathematical formulas, and mathematical formulas scale, so you can make them as big as you like without reducing the quality. That's also why you can change their colors, because they're generated each time with mathematical formulas. Their formulas code can be changed and updated with your chosen color, which is very handy. And speaking of vector graphics, they're also very helpful in my next hack, which is quickly creating color palettes. So let's say I was browsing Etsy and I saw that boho t-shirts were popular and I wanted to create my own design in Canva. Well, what I would do is I go to the Elements tab, I'd do a search for boho background graphics, and then I would go through all of them and find one that fit the aesthetic and feel that I wanted that also was a vector that had editable colors. And so now, if I come in and add in another picture that has editable colors, like this flower, when I go to change the picture's colors, the boho color scheme from that other picture will be added to my document colors. And a really cool hack is that Canva's AI can do this using photos. Just come to Photos and then pick a photo that has a color scheme and an aesthetic that you like. And now, if we go and try to edit this flower's colors, you will see that Canva's AI has created a color palette based on the photo. And here's another quick hack. So let's say I'd added in all of these different flowers and I wanted to quickly change their color scheme to match the aesthetic of the photo that I found. Well, all I've got to do is right-click my photo and select Apply Colors to Page, and now the AI technology will recolor them all in for me. And if I don't like it, I can just keep clicking the button again and again until I get a color scheme that I like. And another quick hack is if I want to keep this photo around so that I can have its color palette available, but I don't want it to be in my design, I will hide it. So first of all, I'll select the picture and I'll click on Transparency, and then I'll set it to 0. Now it's hidden in the design. And then I'll click on Position, which will open up the Layers tab, a feature which, by the way, a lot of casual Canva users don't know about. I will then move that photo layer to be the lowest layer possible, just above the background layer. And now I can move images all over it as though it doesn't exist. So seeing all of these flowers on screen reminded me of another trick that a lot of Canva users don't know about, and that is Canva's handy Align tools. Just select all of the different elements that you want to realign and then right-click it and then come to Align and then select how you want to align them, such as whether you want them aligned at the top or the bottom. And you can also again right-click and ask Canva to tidy up the elements and to space them evenly, and now Canva will space them evenly throughout your design if they weren't already. Okay, so I'm now going to show you my 3 different hacks for increasing the image resolution of your Canva designs, because by default, if you save a design as a PNG or a JPEG, it saves as 96 dpi. which to be fair is absolutely fine if you're using the graphics on a computer exclusively, but if you try to print them, they will print blurry because that is low resolution. So for images to print in high resolution, you want to aim for them to be in 300 dpi, and one way we can achieve this is by increasing the canvas size. So let's say I had a 2" by 2" design that I wanted to print. Well, one hack I could use is I could increase the canvas size by 3.125 times. So that would be 6.25 inches by 6.25 inches. That way, when it gets reduced down in size into that 2" by 2" print, it will print in higher resolution, as in 300 dpi. And another tip is that if you have a pro account, you don't even need to do this. Instead, when you go to download your design in Canva, they have a handy little feature that can increase the file size by 3.125 times. This is, however, a pro account only feature. And my third hack for increasing image resolution is that Canva downloads PDF files in 300 dpi. And so what you could do is you could go and save your file as a PDF. And then you can use Cloud Convert, a free web-based app, to convert that PDF file into another type of file, such as a PNG, and it will do so while retaining that 300 dpi. And so the next one is a quick hack, which in my opinion, a lot of people don't know about because it's been poorly advertised by Canva. So let's say I've got this image, I can turn it into a painting or cartoon really easily. I just got to click it, select edit image, and now I can scroll through all the different apps that they have and then select the Prisma icon, and now I've installed their painting app. You can now use it to turn your photo into a range of different painting and cartoon styles. A lot of people miss this feature because a simple triangle icon doesn't scream, I'm a painting app, does it? And people often like to combine this with Canva's background remover. They'll remove the background and then edit the image within Prism and add in the painted effect. This can be a great combination of tools to use to create custom photo products for customers. And by the way, if you'd like to learn how I take pictures in Canva and then turn them into print-on-demand designs that I then sell for a profit onto products like t-shirts, you should be sure to download my free ebook here, which I will have a link to in the video description. Okay, so here is a hack everybody should know about. If you open up the information tab of an image, you can see where Canva sourced that image from. So for this photo here, we can see they sourced it from Pixabay, and it was uploaded by the user Ralph's Photos. Well, if you haven't heard of it before, Pixabay is a big website that has a bunch of free images and photos uploaded to it. Canva actually bought Pixabay in 2019, but before they bought it, all the pictures uploaded prior to January 9th, 2019 had a public domain license which can't be changed. Well, using the reference information that Canva gave me, I found the photo on Pixabay, and I also discovered that it was uploaded August 4th, 2018, which means that this photo has a public domain license. And a public domain license is a lot less restrictive for commercial purposes than Canva's free image license. And speaking of using Canva for commercial purposes, a lot of people don't know about Canva's smart mockups. Just come down to Canva's app section and scroll down until you find the Mockup app and open it. You'll now get access to a huge range of different mockups that you can use. You just pick the mockup that you want and then add it onto your canvas. You can then go and then take an element from Canva and drag and drop it onto the mockup, and now it'll show up on it. You can also edit the smart mockup and change the position of the image on it. And here's another quick hack. So let's say that you want to use the smart mockup feature, but you want to feature lots of different elements, not just one. For example, let's say that you wanted to feature a poster that you had created featuring different elements like text and graphics. What we'll do is we'll create this as a separate project file and then save it as either a PNG or a JPEG. And now all you've got to do is re-upload that JPEG or PNG to Canva. Once it's uploaded, you can then drag and drop it onto your mockup. And now you have a mockup that's featuring your poster design. And here is a quick fun hack that I use all the time, and that is to use the crop tool to combine images together. So let's say I found this really cute line art of a dog, but the dog's not smiling and I want the dog to smile. Well, that's not a problem because I'll just do a search for a smiling face, and then I'll use the crop tool to cut that smiling face in half, and then I will just add it onto the dog. And now the dog is smiling. And time is up. Look at that. 15 hacks in under 10 minutes. Challenge complete. Yay. So then, if you enjoyed this and you want another Canva challenge video, be sure to watch my video here where I create 30 different t-shirt designs in less than 4 hours using Canva. Ka kite ana, I'll see you in the next video.